Alright, I ended up with another MacBook Pro. Yeah, I got this from my neighbor. He is moving out and he found that in his garage. And he gave it to me as like a payment for some work I did for him. Now, yeah, it wasn't a whole lot of work because, yeah, this laptop isn't worth all that much. But I'm still glad that he gave it to me. I have no idea if it works. He doesn't either. He removed at one point the battery, and also he glued that like iPhone looking device on here, sticker. I don't know why, but well. Now from the looks of it, it looks just like the MacBook Pro I used to own. 2007 MacBook Pro, that's for sure. Or it could also be a 2006. I don't know, guys. It's missing the escape key. And apart from that, keyboard feels okay. Power button is not bent like on the one that I used to have. Yeah, the machine itself is a little, well, it's not beat up, but it's seen better days. It's got a little dent here. It's messed around. Like here at some point has been messed with. Here it's also dented. The underside is okay-ish. Apart from missing battery. Now it's showing some specs here, but I will just not pay attention to those. Just see if it boots or if it does anything. I don't even know if it has a hard drive. Now these machines are notorious for having graphical issues. So graphics cards problem galore. Could really be that this one falls under that category. So yeah, I hope not. But anyway, here is a MagSafe 1 power supply that I keep around for testing purposes. Let's see if it shows a signal. Oh yeah, should turn on the power cord, power brick. So from the looks of it, it doesn't show anything, but that could also just be because it doesn't have a battery installed, so maybe that's also the reason. I don't know. Let's just press the power button. Wow, this thing is completely dead. No signs of life, nothing. What in the hell? This thing just came back from the dead by its own. What the fuck? I've never seen something like this before. Well, fortunately, the MagSafe worked and ripped the connector out, but I tripped over the cable, so yeah, I prevented it from booting because I just got so excited. Anyway, let's see if it does that again. It fired up like by itself. I don't know how that was. Look at that, now it's green. What? I thought we could declare this thing for completely dead. Well, let's see if it stays that easy. Just be patient and the thing will come back. So yeah, let's see if it continues. I have no idea if it has a hard drive, guys. Can I hear one? Huh. Can't really hear a hard drive. Probably hasn't got one. We'll be greeted soon with the missing finder. Like missing, yeah, there we go, the missing thing. Oh well, that's a good thing. That's a good sign. Really, really nice. Awesome. I will now go out to my closet over there and look for a CD I can put in here now. I think Tiger is a little too old, and I don't have the Intel version of Tiger, but I think Leopard is a pretty good OS to try and see if, first of all, the optical drive works, and second, if it maybe, detects a hard drive, because maybe just the OS is corrupted, who knows. So, but from hearing how freaking silent it is, it's probably just not having any hard drives. So, but oh well, we'll see. Oh, there's something major wrong here. Fixed it. Just use force as always. But there's a chance that we're not gonna see this CD again, obviously, because just had to shove it in really hard. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Exactly what I was talking about. Come on, give it back. There we go. There we go. Oh, okay. Well, this didn't go as planned. So I have here a USB stick with El Capitan and it boots. So that shows us that it is indeed a Core 2 Duo machine. And I also googled the EMC number, and it is a, I think, mid 2007, if such a model exists, but it's the exact same one I used to have, a 2.2 gigahertz Core 2 Duo Merom. So El Cap is the highest it will go, and it should have 2 gigabytes of RAM. So we will see. I will just let this boot up and see if it has even a hard disk, and if not, then we'll have to postpone this project to a later date because I don't have any spare ones around. And yes, it booted successfully. However, as expected, it does not have a hard disk inside it, so yeah, never mind. At least it's working fine. I also don't see any graphical problems like lines or freezes or anything. It's been actually totally fine here. So yeah, we'll see if that continues. I have to find a disk for it, and yeah, then we can actually install the El Cap and see what's up with this machine. So, found a hard drive. It is here, this 160 gigabyte hard drive. The funny thing is, this came originally with a 160 gig hard drive, so I'm reverting this back to stock, which is kind of cool. I first thought about also maybe using this or this 500 gig, but I'm saving those for like more valuable devices. So this will do. As you know, I mentioned it many times now, these have graphic card problems, like it never ends, so I will not give this a too fancy like hard drive or upgrades. I will just get it up and running and then just probably sell it. I will clean it off though. It's pretty disgusting in the inside. Now I have to say, whoever took that apart, he didn't do such a lousy job after all. He was probably just too careful. He didn't push it all the way in. When I started working on these like PowerBooks, which are the same, and these MacBooks, I did the same stuff. So actually, he did a pretty fine job, because he even left me the hard drive caddy thingies. So that is really cool. So yeah, peek at the inside. We get the two fans. Could really need a thermal paste renewal at one point. I'm thinking of actually doing it right now, because it's already taken apart and everything. But then I really don't want to do it. So yeah, I'll have to decide on that. Yeah, but apart from all of this, it's looking pretty nice. Nothing wrong with it. Even upgraded RAM. Here we got a 2 gigabyte stick, and there's another one, so I think it's 3 or 4. I'll just quickly check here. Flip it over there. That is a... what is that? Can't make it out. Let's see. Oh! So we get in total 4 gigabytes. DDR2, really, really nice. I mounted it in there it is basically in there just like factory. They left me this rail here, and I just put 2 screws in here. And I also still had these rubber like mounting feet, so I have a couple of them. I think they were once out of my PowerBook or something. And so I decided to put them in here, and so they're being used by something, and it's in there like factory. So let's connect it up here. And yeah, that is basically it. I decided on not to renew the thermal paste. It's just a little too much hassle. I did it on mine back then because it was my university laptop back then, and I wanted the best performance. But on this one, yeah, just gonna leave it. Just gonna clean it out a little more here. Forgot that latch, which still works, by the way. Looks kind of beaten up and stuff, but it works. Just a lot of crap in there which I have to get out. So yeah, let me do that. Then I'll puzzle it back together, put the million screws back in, and fire it up and install the operating system. Well, would you look at that? There is a freaking Lion install on there. I must have installed that like long ago, probably when I had my Mac Pro back then. Freaking incredible. So yeah, that is good. As you see, the computer works just fine. 4 gigabytes of RAM and the infamous 8600 GT, which works. Doesn't seem to be any issues. 2.2 gigahertz Core 2 Duo Merom, so unfortunately we can't go to High Sierra or past 1011 since the processor doesn't have the instruction set which the Sierra needs, and then High Sierra and all up. So yeah, but as cool as this Lion is, it is a pretty useless version nowadays, so I will upgrade this to El Capitan. Let's see if we can do that here. But I think a fresh install would be the better choice anyway. Could really be done, like upgrading from Lion, but I just see that there is nothing I would need from this installation. This is just a bare bones normal Lion install, so yeah, not a whole lot to save here. I think this was at one point the like backup OS of my Mac Pro, because I hacked on their El Cap, and what I would do is when I had problems, which I had a lot of, I would boot into this drive probably, or was it a different, it was a Lion install, and I would troubleshoot, and so, you know. But on this Mac, thankfully, there's nothing to hack or anything. We'll just legitimately, like Apple wants it, install El Capitan. It's probably gonna take quite a while with this hard drive. But yeah, at least it has 4 gigabytes of RAM. That's a good thing. Oh well. Still pretty awesome that I had this installed on there. My gosh, this is incredible, mates. This MacBook really fights in every possible way against installing an operating system on it. I have no idea how many fucking hours I've spent now creating USB sticks because I thought I had corrupted images. I first downloaded actually the latest version of El Capitan. Then I thought it's corrupted, so I deleted it again. So I used an older backup version I had, and when it did the same stuff, like not completing, saying, oh, some packages are wrong or something, I just got pissed and left it. But now I think I found the answer for all the problems. It is probably due to a time or wrong time and date, since this doesn't have a battery, and so there's nothing like that it can save it. It doesn't have a CMOS or anything, so it will always like go back to the stock like 2001 or something time, or you know. I read online that the stupid El Capitan installer is just so stupid, such a piece of dumb shit, that it just likes to not complete the install halfway through. So when it's set to like 2001. So when you hook it up to an internet connection and you check in the terminal with the command date and it displays the correct date, I should try it again. So I think that's a pretty good tip, and it looks and sounds promising. Apart from that, I can't just make out what's causing it to fail. It apparently works just fine. There's nothing wrong with RAM or anything. It's just probably this one stupid problem which is caused by its missing battery. But yeah, guys, I'm really pissed. I'm now back in the office creating the third USB flash drive. So yeah, if you're asking why over there, well, that's where the only Mac keys I can use to create that. So yeah, I'll just wait until that is finished. That also takes always very long, and then I'll boot that up, which takes very long, and then I'll format it, which takes very long, and then I cross fingers, and when it's past the preparing stage, which takes very, very long, then I hope it's finally not failing and just going smooth with the installation. So guys, it's quite a long time later, and we're finally, at least I think we're finally getting somewhere. And the eagle eye of you might spot that this is not El Capitan, this is in fact Yosemite. I don't know, guys, no matter what I did, it just did not want to install El Capitan. I don't know what I did wrong. The date thing also didn't help. It would always come up to this package thing, like corrupted packages or something, and so I was like, fuck that, I'll try with Yosemite. At first it appeared to be the same issue, but it kept going, so I hope it will make it to the end, so we finally have a goddamn operating system on this thing. Whew, that took very long. But yeah, we're not there yet. I'll just stay positive. OMG, there you finally have it. An operating system on this MacBook Pro. I never thought I'd see that today. But here it is. Yosemite, even with the latest update, so that also saves a ton of time. Still the 4 gigs of RAM here. And it appears to be just fine. I mean, I haven't tried out anything. I noticed though that the F2 key is not working because I couldn't turn up the monitor brightness, but I can turn it down. And this one also doesn't work, so I don't know what he did there with the keyboard, but there is a little bit wrong with the keyboard. I will just do quickly the test, the normal. So I just found out that thankfully the most important keys are all fine, so I can type and not leave out any characters. Oh, take that back. The umlaut doesn't work. Oh, that sucks. That's not good. But I also noticed that the minus key doesn't work, which sucks if you need to code something. And some of the function keys don't work, but yeah. So yeah, I mean, most of them work, and I don't really want to complain because I got this for free, so what's to complain about? So yeah, option key works, tested that. Command keys work, so yeah, it's fine. I'll just run some updates here, and yeah, then I'll give this a very much needed clean and see if we can bring the shine of it a little back and remove this stupid iPhone thing here. So yeah, that will make it look a lot nicer. It's also backlit, if you can see that. I don't know. Can you? Cover these sensors there. Where is that? Yeah, sorta backlit. Here it's straight up all the way. Yeah, now it's up all the way. Here it's completely dark, here is something illuminated, and here nothing. So, yeah. I mean, yeah, again, what's to complain? I got it for free, that's fine. Alright, end spurt here on my MacBook Pro project. I'm now gonna clean it, make it look nice. Just give you some before shots. Has probably not been cleaned in years. Monitor is also pretty nasty. I mean, I could see he has wiped it down at one point. Keyboard is also disgusting. Basically, the whole machine is disgusting. And I will change that. So, yeah. Let's get on with it. So here's our final product. I think it cleaned up very nice. I cleaned the monitor, as you can see. Looks very shiny again and not gross. Same with the keyboard. Got a whole lot brighter. Also the back side, not dirty anymore. Also I removed the sticker. And yeah, pretty much the only thing that I found is this little scratch. I first thought it's some sort of just gunk, but this is really something that is engraved like into the plastic of the monitor, so there's no way to get this off. It kind of looks worse on the camera than it is. And yeah, so my free MacBook Pro working, also now looking way nicer. Yeah. Now at first I was 100% sure I was gonna sell it because, you know, but now that I had to do this odyssey with creating the USB drive boot stick, I felt the dear need of like a troubleshooting Mac, just for Mac purposes, like mostly creating these goddamn USB boot sticks because they cannot be done on Windows or not easily. So yeah, this, I mean, is after all the perfect machine. Still, I'm kind of tempted to sell it since I didn't pay a single buck for it. Had spare hard drive put in it, and you know, pretty much did nothing else to it. But it all depends on whether I get that other MacBook going again. But then again, this one can run El Cap, runs Yosemite. At the moment, as you saw, didn't want El Cap. I don't know why. It's probably got to do with the missing battery. But yeah, this is the end of this video. Free MacBook Pro is always good. Don't get something like that every day. So I hope you liked this video, and thank you for watching. See you later.